Welcome everyone. It's February 3rd, which seems kind of unbelievable to me that January 2025 is already done. I feel like I remember when I was a kid and old people used to say things like, "Oh, time passes so quickly," and I feel like I'm very much living that on a daily basis these days, where it's just like I can't sort of keep up with how quickly things are passing. Yeah, Katie, you got that too. Okay, so this past weekend was a really wonderful and hectic weekend. So the clinics, we had our annual offsite, so we try to all get together at least once a year and spend time face to face because we have, Delilah's in Canada, we got Mike in Wisconsin, Brenda's in Colorado. So despite how small we are, we're actually pretty spread out. And so getting together is wonderful. And then there's also, there's a lot of preparation. I definitely felt a hecticness and a freneticness in my mind about getting things dialed in. So my mantra for this weekend was slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And what I mean with that is as there's, 12 different to-dos coming at me at the same time, trying to work it all, there's this really palpable sense that I had, which I think is due to at this point, a many year mindfulness practice of the sort that we practice here, of just being able to connect with. I know right now my sensory experience feels pretty fast and pretty overloaded, but I also know in the background there's a part of me that's just grounded and still and very slow and calm. And as long as I stay in touch with that, all of the busy, frenetic stuff that's on the surface can be can be handled in a way that doesn't have to turn into stress. So slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And another way of looking into that is I love these really fast sort of time lapse pictures of like a water droplet landing in water, and I think of that as almost it's a visual reflection of this idea of really slowing down, being able to see in slow motion what happens to the water as it bounces back up, and so being able to pay that kind of bare attention to any situation, like really slowing things down. I thought that might be a good practice for us today. So let's go ahead and try that for a few minutes, and hopefully it'll have meaning for you. So let's start by closing our eyes. And even right now, the idea of slowing down, just notice, what does that mean to you in this moment? What is it that you can do to slow down, and leaning into these questions of who's slowing down and what is it that we're slowing down? So it puts us squarely into this experience of mindfulness where we notice that there's a part of us way in the back. For me, it's everything, this grounded sense of just consciousness and awareness that has the ability to see and pay bare attention to all of the sensory and cognitive experiences that are happening in this moment. Simply notice without reacting, without doing anything, just sitting. Dissolving into stillness. Oftentimes, if there is resistance or friction in that desire to just slow down, And it has to do with feeling it is like it's passive. Being mindful is absolutely not a passive thing. We're not just hanging back and just not engaging. We are in fact the opposite. We're really hyper present, but in a very relaxed manner. We're simply noticing thoughts, memories, sensations in the body. And sometimes the content of the sensations or the mind are really fast, a lot going on, but just noticing how that other part of ourselves that can just bear witness to it, slow and timeless, expansiveness. Usually, what happens when we lose contact with this part of ourselves that is the capacity for this expansive sense of mindfulness, it's usually because we buy into or believe the thoughts that the mind is producing or the brain is producing. And so part of this is just taking a step back and even realizing that the mind is constantly creating narratives and stories and memories. The body is constantly creating sensory experiences. Sometimes they're fast, sometimes they're slow, sometimes they're joyful, other times they're stressful. We can take a step back and simply see it all happening and unfolding without reaction, without believing it all. Just slowing down. So slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Just like a race car driver driving at high speeds, maintaining composure, sense of groundedness, allows for appropriate responses to the road and other cars. And see if you can lean into a part of your life where you have a tendency to speed up, or when something stressful happens, the mind speeds up and activates, like looking for fixes and solutions. And just notice the quality of the energy when things get speedy and intense. And connecting with that part of you that can simply bear witness to the speediness, the intensity, frantic, frenetic energy. Just notice how you can hold it. You can make space for it. It's just what the mind does, in the same way that the heart starts beating faster, blood pressure goes up, our adrenal glands express adrenaline. Like these are just automatic things that happen. And yet there's a part of us that can take a step back and just watch it all unfold without it completely taking over. And that's the power of mindfulness. In my experience, oftentimes people have this idea of, you know, mindfulness and meditation involving like sitting really quietly, by in a beautiful place, or in a meditation hall, or by a stream. It's like we want all the conditions around us to be slow and calm in order for us to be able to access the state of mindfulness. And what I'm suggesting here is that mindfulness is very much an inside job. It has nothing to do with the speed or the freneticness around us. It has to do with our relationship to all of that. And in order to do so, we have to get familiar with this experience of simply experiencing bare attention, just sensations, emotions, thoughts. They just are what they are. And the importance, or the value, or the sense of urgency is something that is not inherent in the thoughts or the experience. It's what we give to that experience. Being smooth. So slow is smooth, smooth is fast, smooth is capable and efficient and calm and equanimous. A deep breath in through the nose, long, slow exhale through the mouth, relaxing the hands, the jaw, your shoulders, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale through the nose, out through the mouth, just bearing witness to the breath leaving the body all the way out. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes. Going back to the session. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Quick reminder, tomorrow Brenda has her community integration group. Everyone's welcome. 6:30. You can always find the link on the website if you don't have it. Have a great day, everyone.